This next one's for the ladies.
Hey, fair warning, this is gonna get a little gross kind of quickly, but I'm sitting here and I'm brainstorming all of these great ideas and positives. You know, if people who have penises were born with penises that were upside down instead of, you know, the way they are currently. Well, you know, there are a few positives, and I'm writing all of them down as I'm going along. So, first of all, when you're sitting on the toilet, you no longer have to, like, tuck it under the toilet seat. You know, it'll already be right under there. If the penis is facing downward, it can make you go faster, you know, like a dorsal fin would for a fish. And, you know, if it's hard, maybe it'll make you run even faster. So say you're an Olympic runner, or if you're on a track team, well, all you gotta do is think of something hot, and there you go, you can run faster. But if you take Viagra, you know, that's considered steroids in the track world, so you'd probably be disqualified from the race.
Obviously, that wouldn't work if you were required to wear restrictive boxers or something, but could you imagine?
Imagine if somebody was wanting to beat you up, or if you were being robbed or something, all you'd have to do is, you know, if somebody's chasing you, all you would have to do is think of something hot, like Alana Evans or something, and you get hard, and you can outrun the people trying to kick your ass.
Yeah, so if somebody's attacking you, just fucking drop your pants and start running.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to 69 quite as comfortably, but hey. Also, when you pee, you know, you have a better idea of where it's going to go. You know, like sometimes you aim it, but no matter how well you aim it, sometimes it just wants to go everywhere anyway. Well, now you wouldn't have that problem. All you gotta do is just face downward, and there you go. Just make sure it's staying where it's staying.
Try not to get any on your good shoes.
Also, if you're trying to pee while you have an erection, all you gotta do is just stand straight over the toilet. There you go, you don't have to handstand anymore. So you can drop your yoga classes, that'll save you about $50 a month. Hey, I'm wearing a hat. Continuity error. There's gonna be less dick size insecurity, you know, because, I mean, if it's facing downward, you know, you don't want it to be any bigger than it has to be, because let's face it, you know, if you're wearing sweatpants or if you're wearing jeans, if you get a boner in public, first of all, it'll be hard to conceal, you know, because it'll be like poking downward out of your pants. So, I mean, bigger is not better in this case. It also would make it easier to attack your enemies. Like if you're one of those people who thinks it's okay to kick somebody in the balls. You know, if the balls were facing upwards in the direction of the stomach, well, that would mean they would be, you know, a little easier to hit, because all you gotta do is just punch them under the stomach. And there you go. It would make it easier to attack your enemies, but it would also make it easier for your enemies to attack you. So it's a double-edged sword. A couple drawbacks, though. It would be harder to take dick pics because, you know, if you want to take a really good one, you have to go way out anyway. But in this case, you would have to go way out to be able to get the whole thing in there, because, you know, if it's facing upside down and it's hard, then you know, it's like that. Also, you're going to need more space to do sexual stuff. You know how some beds have headboards where you're going to have a headboard on both sides. That way, you know, people can like crab, scissor, or whatever, and y'all can push on each other. And that's what you got to do. Also, think about how much harder it would be to shave. You know, you would have to lift your balls and use a lot more finesse. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to use a lot of finesse as is, but if it's upside down, well, that's going to be even harder. Not to mention, you would have a harder time seeing things. So a bigger risk for nicks and cuts and scratches. Another drawback, too, would be if you're getting out of the shower. You know, and especially if you're hard, you know, it'll be dangling around and your cats will come out wanting to use it as a toy. Like, get away from that, you damn cat! Anyway, you can come up with your own conclusions on how this hypothetical world would play out, but I did my job of getting the wheels turning in your head. Sleep tight.